a land where shadows danced among the trees, nestled a village that whispered secrets of ancient times. The villagers lived in harmony with nature, but an ominous presence loomed over their peaceful existence. For weeks, a fearsome tiger had prowled the outskirts, its savage roars echoing through the night, instilling terror in the hearts of those who dared to venture outside after dusk. A village was surrounded by dense forest, where sunlight struggled to penetrate the thick canopy above. In this darkness that the tiger made its lair, appearing only when hunger drove it to hunt. Livestock had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only echoes of despair. Families huddled together at night, seeking comfort in whispered tales and prayers to ward off evil. Among them lived Lian, a brave warrior with eyes like molten gold and determination etched on his face. He had trained tirelessly under the watchful gaze of you, an elderly wise woman revered for her deep understanding of ancient myths and remedies. Of bravery that could quell even the fiercest storms, and often shared stories of heroes from long ago. Her words resonated within Lian's heart as he listened intently. Elder Jin stood at the head of a gathering under the dim glow of lanterns flickering in the evening breeze. His voice trembled with concern as he addressed the anxious villagers surrounding him. Each face reflected worry mothers clutching their children close, while men exchanged fearful glances. The elder lamented about their plight. Whispers filled the air like restless spirits as villagers recounted chilling encounters with the beast. Hails emerged of livestock, reduced to mere carcasses and echoes, that sent shivers down spines under starlit skies. As night enveloped them like a heavy blanket, Lian felt an ember ignite within him, a desire to restore peace to his home. Others quaked in fear. He resolved to confront this creature embodying all their nightmares. He sought out Yu amid her herbs and potions scattered throughout her small hut, illuminated by soft candlelight. The air smelled faintly of sage and dried lavender, as she welcomed him with kind eyes that had seen many seasons pass. Ian shared his thoughts on confronting the tiger, words spilling forth like water from a spring, while Yu nodded thoughtfully. He spoke softly yet firmly about an ancient ritual known only to those who dared seek wisdom beyond mere strength, a way to understand not just how to fight, but how to connect with one's fears. Under her guidance, they prepared for what lay ahead, a union between courage and insight woven together through generations past. With every word spoken by Yu's gentle voice came new hope. She imparted knowledge that would shape Lian's journey into an abyss where darkness thrived. Dawn broke over their village, bathed in golden light, a beacon against encroaching shadows. Lian gathered his thoughts alongside supplies for his quest ahead. Sharpened for combat and reminders from Yu, tucked away safely within his heart. Around him lingered villagers who respected his resolve, but also cast skeptical gazes toward this lone warrior, willing to challenge such formidable darkness alone. Uncertainty knitted brows while longing echoed silently behind closed lips, but still, they stood beside him during this momentous hour, before he ventured forth into uncertainty alone. With resolve ignited deeper than any flame amidst lingering fears, clinging close, a hero awaited awakening, the call beckoning towards destiny now intertwined forevermore, within legends waiting patiently beneath moonlit skies. In the heart of the village, addos danced as Lian stood determined before his people. Inspired by the tales of bravery shared by Yu, he felt a fire ignite within him. Time to confront the fear that loomed over them all. Whispers of despair still echoed in his mind as he stepped forward, ready to face the darkness. Yu's voice resonated within him as he recalled her teachings about courage and resolve. He spoke of an ancient ritual, one that could weaken the ferocious tiger that haunted their nights. With each word she had uttered, Lian felt himself drawn closer to his purpose. He approached her dwelling, where fragrant herbs hung from beams and scrolls lined the walls, chronicling stories of old. As he entered, Yu looked up with eyes filled with both wisdom and concern. Silence enveloped them for a moment before she began to share the details of the ritual and offering that must be made at dawn when the light first broke through the trees. Required sacred herbs found only in deep recesses of the forest, places where shadows mingled with light. Ian listened intently as she described their properties, their ability to calm fierce spirits and illuminate even the darkest corners. every piece of knowledge shared. He grew more resolute. This was not merely a quest for glory, but a journey steeped in tradition and honor. After gathering supplies, a small satchel filled with herbs gifted by Lian ventured out into the village once more. Villagers watched him with a mix of admiration and skepticism, some whispering amongst themselves while others wished him well silently. He could sense their fears mirrored in his own heart, but pushed through it. He had taken on this mantle willingly. A sun dipped low on the horizon as Lian prepared for his journey into darkness. With each step toward the forest's edge, uncertainty coiled around him like fog creeping along the ground. Pressed onward, knowing that true strength lay not just in brute force, but also in strategy and wisdom gleaned from ages past. Night fell over his village like a heavy cloak. Lian entered the forest, a place alive with its own mysteries, yet eerily silent under its canopy of shadows. The air thickened around him. Every rustle stirred echoes of ancient fears held within these trees. His senses heightened as unseen eyes seemed to watch from between branches shrouded in darkness. Lian recalled Yu's words about patience, how it was essential to observe before acting against such formidable adversaries, like tigers who moved swiftly between realms seen and unseen. Careful steps guided by intuition rather than haste. He maneuvered deeper into this realm where danger loomed large, yet offered secrets untold if one knew how to listen closely enough amidst silence, so profound it pulsated against his skin. Dawn approached ever so slightly beyond distant hills cresting under twilight's veil. Lian felt an unyielding resolve swell within him. The essence of what it meant to be brave wasn't solely defined by victory over fear, but rather embracing one's vulnerability while facing it head-on. Each pulse beat echoed louder now, as if chanting encouragement alongside gentle breezes dancing through leaves above. Soon enough, though dimly lit paths would lead him straight into confrontation against not just an animal shrouded in error, but also against those ingrained doubts, murmuring softly at every turn, threatening resolution, cultivated through trials endured thus far. There, amidst shadows illuminated just enough by emerging light, stood proof that legends were born from courage fed, not merely through triumphs alone, but forged deeply within struggles faced together under starlit skies blanketed across. Anne's once claimed under silence turned now into songs sung bravely throughout ages past. As Lian ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, air grew thick with tension, and shadows whispered secrets of their own. A silence was profound, wrapping around him like a shroud, broken only by the rustle of leaves stirred by unseen movements. Every step felt laden with purpose, yet uncertainty gnawed at his resolve. He recalled Yu's words about patience. Each moment spent in this eerie stillness was a lesson in observation. The towering trees formed a canopy overhead that obscured the sky, painting everything in shades of green and brown. Sunlight struggled to break through, as if reluctant to enter this realm where darkness reigned supreme. Lian moved cautiously among twisted roots and gnarled branches that reached out like skeletal fingers, eager to ensnare any who dared trespass. With each heartbeat echoing in his ears, he felt more attuned to the forest's rhythm, a pulse beating beneath layers of fear and trepidation. Just a journey through physical space, but a descent into an abyss that mirrored his inner struggles. Here he would confront not only the tiger, but also the shadows within himself, the doubts that threatened to unravel his bravery. After what felt like hours traversing through the oppressive gloom, Lian arrived at a clearing illuminated by slivers of light piercing through cracks in the canopy above. The sacred ground was heavy with an ancient energy. It vibrated underfoot as if aware of its own significance. Here lay the lair of the beast, an ominous cave, whose entrance yawned wide like a hungry mouth ready to swallow him whole. He paused for breath, steadying himself against the surge of fear threatening to overwhelm him. This momentary calm before chaos unfolded. He remembered Yu's teachings about using light against dark, a strategy not just for battle, but for enlightenment. With newfound clarity imbued by her wisdom, Lian drew upon every ounce of courage within him. Stepping boldly toward the cave's mouth, he called forth his spirit, unwavering and fierce, as if channeling ancestral warriors long forgotten. Deep inside lurked echoes of growls resonating from within those darkened depths, primal sounds weaving tales of power and dread spun together over generations. He entered cautiously into the cavernous space, lined with jagged stones glistening damply under flickering rays filtering from outside. Anticipation gripped him fiercely within its grasp, while adrenaline flowed like fire through his veins. Emerged the tiger, its golden eyes gleaming like twin suns piercing through misty gloom. They seemed to hold knowledge beyond mere hunger or ferocity, a depth filled with ancient lore waiting patiently for recognition rather than destruction. That instant when predator faced prey, the air crackled between them. The warrior realized this encounter transcended mere confrontation, awakening a dialogue between two beings forged from contrasting realms, yet bound by shared existence within these tangled woods, steeped in mythos and lore. Lian summoned every bit of wit he had acquired during his training. Instead of charging headlong into battle seeking glory alone, he hesitated to observe, to connect beyond primal instincts fueled solely by fear or bravado. He danced lightly on silent feet while blending shadows around him, as though becoming one with nature itself, rather than opposing it outright. Those fleeting moments filled with tension unbroken, yet teetering on edge, a realization dawned upon him. True strength could stem from understanding, not merely vanquishing that which inspires dread, but rather illuminating hidden truths lurking beneath violence masked as power. Thus began their clash, not merely fangs against steel, but spirits. Twined amid swirling darkness, where light offered refuge even amidst despair, as the battle between Lian and the tiger reached its climax. A forest around them pulsed with an energy that mirrored their fierce struggle. The air was thick with tension, each breath laden with uncertainty, as they danced through a chaotic embrace of shadows and light. Lian moved swiftly, recalling the wisdom imparted by you about understanding one's fears rather than succumbing to them. He remembered her words like echoes in his mind's strength, lies not only in might but also in strategy. With every clash against the tiger's ferocity, he sought openings, aware that brute force alone would not guarantee victory. The tiger lunged forward with unimaginable speed, its golden eyes glinting like shards of darkness ready to devour him whole. Lian sidestepped just in time, feeling the rush of wind as powerful jaws snapped inches from his side. Heart racing yet focused, he utilized the shadows around him to his advantage. A forest became a canvas for his movement, a tapestry woven with agility and grace. Sunlight began to filter through the dense foliage above, illuminating patches of earth where fear had once thrived. Lian felt invigorated by this newfound light. Realized hope, the very essence he fought for, not just for himself, but for all those waiting back at the village who had placed their trust in him. A moment of clarity amidst chaos. Lian devised a plan. He recalled how beasts often retreated when confronted by courage unmasked by fear. Gathering his resolve deep within, he stood tall before the advancing tiger. It paused briefly at this unexpected display of bravery. With calculated precision, Lian employed a technique taught by you, using distractions created by reflections dancing upon leaves as tools against darkness itself. He brandished his weapon skillfully, an extension of himself, as he moved into place where shadows converged into pools shimmering under dawn's embrace. Just then came an opening, a brief hesitation from the tiger as it pounced again. Lian dodged while strategically planting sacred herbs scattered on ground beneath ancient oaks surrounding them. They released an aroma that echoed long-held rituals meant to summon spirits of protection and clarity, imbued strength within him while attempting to soothe even this embodiment of terror before him. The tiger faltered mid-leap, due to confusion brought forth by scents woven together through time. Hesitation clashed against primal instinct sparked through years, spent roaming these woods alone without understanding what it sought beyond. Mere hunger or rage unleashed against innocence nearby. Easing that fleeting moment filled with potential, a chance bestowed upon one brave enough to hold tight onto courage, despite looming shadows. Lian struck true. He maneuvered deftly around claws reaching out towards him and connected artfully alongside its flank, before retreating quickly away from harm's grasp, once more realizing vitality emerged brighter, now imbued deeper inside. With each strike fueled not merely outwards, but borne inward toward discovering self-worth. Aired among villagers lost beneath blanket, woven tightly with fear over weeks past. Moments rewoven through collective harmony, forged anew, gave rise amidst such daunting battles. Even tigers could yield eventually if guided softly back. Or balance embraced deep within realms awaiting restoration. And there it was the tiger stumbled backward after feeling genuine resistance cast, forth weaving warmth previously unknown. Realization flickered across its features, hinting vulnerability, trembled beneath claws adorned magnificently fierce, yet fanged creature, capable still recognizing threads connecting lives, shared amid myths breathed life into legends carried. Forward untouched throughout endless cycles observed since time immemorial. Fleeing into depths unknown now cloaked beneath gathering dusk surrounding yet soon blending softly away behind trees' gnarled branches moving alongside own. Angled roots reclaiming rightful place, resting once again amidst tranquility restored amongst nature encircling village. Deeply within love, rooted strong, defying harshness, found once dwelling deep inside hearts, aching fearful long. Held captive unaware liberation awaited, inspired graciously beckoned forth embracing unity between all living beings, harmoniously thriving under skies turned gentle illuminated kindling flames igniting hope reborn anew. As dawn broke. Fully illuminating paths unseen, prior giving way toward warm embrace, wrapping around homeward bound journey, had the villagers waited anxiously standing resolute together casting hopeful gazes toward horizon yearning glimpse return. Promised forevermore rest, assured hero returning victorious bearing stories, timeless shaping future lifeblood flowing bright echoing triumphs, whispered softly across land united firmly raising voices, singing songs honoring bravery. Kindled sharing tales, spun eternally lingering cherished hearts guiding compass leading souls, onward peacefully flourishing among dreams born free rising together stronger evermore. As dawn broke over the village. Ethereal light began to seep through the thick layers of trees that enveloped Lian's surroundings. A forest slowly stirred awake, its silence punctuated by the distant calls of birds heralding a new day. Lian stood at the threshold of the tiger's lair, his heart pounding a steady drum echoing determination. He gazed into the mouth of darkness before him, feeling a pull toward both fear and fascination. Shadows danced playfully within, as if whispering secrets only they could understand. This moment, he was more than just a warrior. He was an explorer venturing into uncharted territories of bravery and self-discovery. With each step deeper into the cave, Lian recalled Yu's teachings about understanding one's fears rather than succumbing to them. He heard stories not only of heroes who fought beasts, but those who forged connections with their adversaries' transformations born from empathy rather than destruction. There it was the tiger emerged from shadows like a tempest unleashed. Its sleek form glided gracefully yet ominously through dim light. Its golden eyes pierced through gloom like lanterns illuminating hidden truths, beneath ferocity and instinctual power. That electrifying moment where predator met prey. Time felt suspended. Lian sensed an ancient wisdom emanating from those luminous orbs and awareness beyond hunger or savagery beckoning him closer to understanding. Instead of charging recklessly into battle seeking glory alone, he paused. Lian remembered how you had taught him to channel his spirit alongside nature's rhythms, to move in harmony with shadows, rather than oppose them outright. He drew upon this knowledge now as he shifted slightly, allowing himself to blend with his surroundings to become part of the very fabric woven within this mystical realm. The air around him thrummed with anticipation as tension coiled tightly between them, a stillness poised on the edge of chaos waiting for release. Instead of fighting against instinctual dread, gripping at his heartstrings, he reached out not with weapons drawn but open hands reflecting vulnerability, echoing through ages, passed among warriors long forgotten. It was then that he recognized true strength is not solely defined by brute force, nor victories claimed upon battlefield grounds, but by courage expressed through connection, amidst struggles shared together, even when facing darkness embodied in physical forms like this. Magnificent beast standing before him, slowly lowering himself onto one knee, while maintaining unwavering eye contact. Lian allowed authenticity to shine forth through every fiber woven deeply within him, a prayer sent forth instead, filled not just with hope, but also respect for all life interwoven amid their existence in these tangled woods, steeped in mythos and lore. The tiger halted its advanced curiosity flickering across its gaze, as it observed this young warrior kneeling before it, without weaponry raised high, instead offering something far more powerful. Acknowledgement and understanding transcending primal instincts rooted in fear alone. And so began their dialogue, not merely fangs against steel, but spirits entwined amid swirling darkness, where light offered refuge even amidst despair. Within moments, laden heavy with unspoken words, they found themselves bound together by threads invisible, yet palpably real, connecting them through timeless memories, shared amongst ancestors whose voices echoed softly along branches bearing. Centuries before this encounter took place, that sacred space, forged between courage rooted deep within hearts, laid bare the presence surrounding them, transformed a truce blossoming under fragile sunbeams reaching triumphantly beyond trees, once shrouded heavily by shadows. Guarding secrets kept close until now. Together they would venture forth not merely towards resolution, but toward enlightenment revealed softly within tales told throughout generations, blending seamlessly like colors merging into hues. Vibrant enough, creating masterpieces, crafted over countless lifetimes, intertwining destinies, etched forevermore beneath skies spanning vast realms, where legends awaited patiently unraveling stories, begging sharing amid gentle whispers. Filling night air, soothing souls yearning comfort, found nestled comfortably between beats pulsating, rhythmically escaping quietude, wrapped gently around everyone, dreaming peacefully along unseen paths leading home again. As the sun broke, the dense canopy of leaves, the forest in a golden hue, and stood at the edge of the clearing. The remnants of his fierce battle with the tiger still lingered in the air, a palpable tension that seemed to hum with energy. He took a moment to catch his breath, realizing how far he had come not just physically, but spiritually. A scent of sacred herbs hung heavily around him, weaving an invisible bond between past struggles and present triumphs. Each heartbeat resonated within him, reminding him of Yu's teachings. True strength emerges from understanding and embracing one's fears, rather than succumbing to them. Sunlight spilled into the clearing, illuminating patches of earth once shrouded in darkness. Lian felt renewed purpose surge through him. As he prepared to leave this sacred ground behind and return homeward bound, a low growl echoed from deeper within the forest, a haunting reminder of what he had faced. Not merely an animal, it represented every fear that had gripped his village. With resolve shimmering in his heart like morning dew on grass blades kissed by light, Lian turned back toward where shadows lingered thickest among ancient oaks. With each step he took away from confrontation, yet towards reconciliation awaited beyond trees, where sunlight streamed gently onto paths forming familiar trails, leading homeward. He realized this journey transcended one warrior's quest. Against mere beast, it was about restoring harmony lost amidst turmoil, rippling through lives intertwined closely together, forged upon bonds shared unbroken, even throughout trials witnessed long before darkened skies descended upon their peaceful abode. Merging from beneath tangled roots cloaked with history now whispered softly along winds, brushing past leaves, the villagers awaited anxiously at forest's edge. They gathered collectively, carrying hearts weighted by uncertainty, yet with hope reflecting courage shining bright against lingering shadows, cast forth ever since dread hovered near shores once claimed by tranquility, disrupted daily rhythms, upturned confronted boldly against fears entangled deeply. Then spirits yearning release, sought together alongside valor, rekindled anew through tales echoing across ages passed hand in hand, paving way forward confidently rising stronger united forevermore. Elder Jin stood foremost among. His face etched with lines depicting worry transformed now into expressions of pride glimmering deeply imbued, while watching Lian emerge under radiant embrace, gifted generously only moments earlier promised diligently fulfilled. Bringing warmth along pathways woven through community united rooted firmly enduring despite darkness faced steady hand, lifting spirit guiding compassion, radiating outward ensuring futures, lived harmoniously flourishing amidst renewal. Sparked forth tenderly ignited deep inside all whose lives entwined tightly like vines reaching skyward unfurling blossoms offering solace, nourished richly drawing strength, endlessly, flowing perpetually reaching beyond horizons beckoning. Brightly lit dawns awaiting them, yet again reborn tirelessly igniting flames, dancing playfully celebrating every moment shared. As Lian approached his people, their faces illuminated not just by daylight, but also newly born hope he could. Birds traveling like fireflies, flickering joyously spreading delight, sweetly carried forth on gentle breezes caressing cheeks brushed softly, while voices lifted together joined melodies, harmonizing beautifully nourishing echoes. Inviting spirits remember forevermore stories recounting bravery, birthed out struggles unfold gracefully indeed helping navigate journeys, often uncharted ahead, guided steadily onward peace restored among many hands. Clasped tightly forging bonds, ever stronger serving pillars resilient amid challenges facing life. Embraced fully living present, enriched by love flowing freely pouring down blessings, abundant gifts bestowed during times spent shared facing. Adversities battled hand in hand, grasped firmly alongside unwavering unity, felt deep within souls intertwined, eternally rich, adorned precious tapestry woven timelessly, lovingly crafted over generations, blossoming guiding compass lead each. Art onward, discovering boundless possibilities, breathing light into very essence, everything cherished, revered, recognizing interconnectedness, inherent among all living beings, thriving vibrantly, basking wondrous realms filled gentle. Hinting sweetness, wrapped delicately, embracing peace, cradling dreams, nurturing aspirations, taking flight, soaring high, reaching limitless expanse, beckoning adventure awaits. And thus began their tale anew, a collective legacy. Lowing forward, shining gloriously bright across lands, emerging under soft twilight, painted splendid, hues danced whimsically, trailing splendor, mingling effortlessly, endless night, wishing for stars, twinkling, illuminating paths traveled. Boldly sparking curiosity, awakening wonder, alive, breathing life, directly poured into hearts longing, fulfilled destinies written upon folds eternity, unfolding seamlessly. As Lian emerged victorious from the depths of the cave. A first rays of dawn spilled over the horizon, casting a gentle glow that illuminated the forest in shades of gold and amber. The tiger had retreated into the shadows, its ferocity quelled not by mere strength, but through an understanding deeper than fear. This encounter had changed everything not only for him, but for his village as well. With each step away from the lair, Lian felt lighter, as if he were shedding layers of doubt and anxiety that had once clung to him like cobwebs. He had faced darkness and returned with newfound wisdom, a lesson imparted by both battle and compassion. The air was crisp, filled with the scent of dew-kissed earth, awakening to a new day. It seemed as though nature itself rejoiced at his triumph. As he made his way back through the forest, memories flickered in his mind, images of villagers huddled together under dim lantern light. Their faces etched with fear, Elder Jin's trembling voice echoing concern, Yu's wise eyes filled with encouragement. Each recollection propelled him forward, fueling his resolve to restore peace to their lives. Merging from the thicket at last, Lian stepped into familiar sight, the heart of his village, where hope awaited like a flower blooming amidst uncertainty. There stood Elder Jin alongside anxious villagers who turned their gaze toward him as he approached. Their faces brightened in disbelief and joy. Hope mingled with apprehension danced within them. Lian raised his hands slightly in greeting. Feeling gratitude swell within him at this moment, shared among kindred spirits bound together through shared struggles and experiences, forged anew amidst turmoil laid before them, all now finally finding solace returning homeward safe once. Or, Elder Jin stepped forward cautiously yet hopeful. His voice resonated across silent mouths, waiting patiently upon words spoken so long desired, filling void left wide open, far too lengthy during absence endured, his countenance. Reflected pride tempered carefully alongside relief, washing over every brow, gathered closer towards horizon, beckoning brighter tomorrows ahead. The villagers surged forth, instinctively drawn closer, eager to embrace their hero to touch. Incarnate standing proud before them, reflecting stories woven intricately through trials, faced head-on against overwhelming odds. Tales soon transforming into legends, whispered softly beneath starlit skies while breaking chains. Binding hearts trapped tightly captive, held deep in shadows, longing release, basking sunlight, henceforth freely flowing, reclaimed gently forevermore. Lian recounted what had transpired, a tale born not just from valor wielded alone against beasts roaring fiercely, but one suffused, richly embedded with an understanding, bridging gaps, widened between realms, opposing polarities, converging harmoniously, weaving vibrantly alive amongst creatures inhabiting worlds, hidden close even. How revealing truths lying dormant, simmering, quietly awaiting acknowledgement, poured forth embracing existence, interconnected all breathing life, flourishing abundantly regardless, wherein paths chosen led courageous souls wandering free. Unencumbered onward, gathering momentum, soaring higher, stretching, reaching future dreams, manifesting gradually, slowly emerging, beautifully radiant, shimmering brightly beyond clouds, cloaked, wrapping nightfall, surrounding valleys sprawling. Endless horizons witnessed sweeping landscapes, vast, timeless, evoking soothing symphonies, sung tenderly, heard echoing sweet lullabies, flitting gently past forgotten echoes, swirling caressingly soft melodic whispers, carried afar across lands. Urging, becoming one, uniting souls' journey, culminating, triumphant, illuminating hearts, forever gleaming, brightly rising, stronger, intertwined, lovingly bound together eternally, as Lian returned to the village. His heart swelled with a mixture of triumph and humility. The golden light of dawn poured over the landscape, casting away the remnants of darkness that had plagued their home for so long. He could see the familiar outlines of houses through the trees, each one a beacon of hope awaiting his arrival. The villagers gathered at the forest's edge, their faces etched with uncertainty, but also glimmering with anticipation. Elder Jin stood among them, his presence commanding yet warm, embodying the strength of a leader who had seen many seasons turn. As Lian approached, he felt an overwhelming sense of belonging. This was where he was meant to be. Each step closer revealed anxious expressions transforming into smiles as recognition dawned upon them. Tears rippled through the crowd like gentle waves on a still lake, weaving tales of courage and resilience nurtured by shared experiences. Others held their children tightly, while fathers exchanged knowing glances. They sensed that something profound had changed. Elder Jin stepped forward, his voice steady yet filled with emotion as he welcomed Lian back into their midst. Flowed from him like water from a spring, expressions of pride mingling with gratitude, and Lian felt every syllable resonate within him, as if echoing throughout time itself. Stood slightly behind Elder Jin, her wise eyes sparkling with approval and affection. He recognized not only his physical return, but also the metamorphosis that had taken place within him during his journey. Lessons learned in confronting fears and embracing vulnerability were now woven deeply into his very being. Lian glanced around at those who had supported him throughout this endeavor. Their faith in him shimmered brighter than any treasure hidden in shadows past. Clear to him that victory was not solely measured by slaying beasts or reclaiming peace, but rather in strengthening bonds forged through trials faced together. As villagers began to draw near, it bubbled up among them like effervescent nectar rising gently towards sunlight after long nights spent cloaked beneath shrouded fears. Each heartbeat echoed joy, reflected across shared stories, told softly under whispering winds. Rushing past leaves now illuminated brilliantly by dawn's embrace, beckoning brighter tomorrows waiting patiently ahead. Together they celebrated not merely for overcoming adversities, but also for rekindling hope born anew amidst struggles faced. Songs erupted spontaneously, a joyous harmony filling air thickened previously weighed down heavy hearts, turned light, dancing joyously along pathways, leading homeward bound journeys brightened evermore, with laughter. Sweetly among them, blending seamlessly into melodies sung tenderly, honoring bravery, rekindled Lian realized how fortunate he truly was. Surrounded by love-nurturing dreams, cherished, held dearly close, despite darkness endured, transformed, forever entwined, living breathlessly alongside communities, woven closely connected, thriving, vibrantly kissed warmly by sunlit days. Blossoming, abundantly blooming, endlessly reaching horizons, uncharted, ignited, fervently driven toward futures, brightening, eternally illuminating, every soul lingering, peacefully harmonizing together. And thus began their tale anew. Collective legacy, flowing forward, shining gloriously bright across lands, emerging under soft twilight, painted splendid. Hues danced, whimsically trailing splendor, mingling effortlessly, endless night, wishing for stars, twinkling, illuminating. Paths traveled, boldly sparking curiosity, awakening wonder, alive, breathing life. Directly poured into hearts longing, fulfilled destinies written upon folds, eternity, unfolding seamlessly.